Hey folks, Dave Isaacs here with you, and today we have next up in the Picker's Delight series a look at Jerry Reed's Guitar Man. Now I have to offer you the disclaimer right at the beginning that what I'm doing here is a modified version of what he plays. I am in drop D tuning. The original recording is actually in drop D flat with the B string raised a whole step. And it's a very interesting fingering, and it allows him to do something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the lesson, but I opted not to do. So I have simplified this a bit. However, I will say that the intro, the primary licks, are right and a good introduction to Jerry Reed's style. So this is my version, my arrangement of what he was playing. Again, I am in drop D tuning, so I am not changing the tuning of the B string. If you want to see a play along of Reed's fingering, I'm going to put a link down below to a playthrough that is very, very good and exactly in the right tuning with the exact fingering. I, as always, want to give you the essence of the song, the essence of the style, and you can always choose to dig deeper from there. So, one of the things about Jerry Reed's playing that made him sound unique is that he would use thumb, index, middle, and ring fingers and do a lot of upward sort of popping, what we think of as a chicken pick sound, except he's playing, or was playing often, on a nylon string guitar. But you get a nice bright pop from a straight up upstroke with M and A, middle ring. It's real bright that way. And that will bring the index finger over about here, naturally. And so he might be using all four fingers, but the difference between his approach and, say, a more traditional folk or even country blues or Atkins style or Travis style player is that in that case, you would probably have the thumb alternating between two strings, 6 and 4. So you might have more of a Mississippi John Hurt kind of thing. But Jerry Reed does this. In other words, the thumb is staying down on the 6th string, the index is plucking the alternate bass note, and it's more syncopated than it would be if we were playing a straight alternate thumb. And really, the essence of his approach was to play all the treble stuff with middle ring as a pair, alternating with index, and this is how you get that's from the claw, which deserves a whole lesson unto itself, and that's coming. I'm not there yet myself. But if you watch the right hand fingering, thumb, thumb, I, thumb, M, A, M-A, because I'm using classical guitar designation, A for ring, annular, anillo. Middle ring, thumb, index, middle ring, index. Middle ring, thumb, index, thumb. So that's an unusual right hand fingering, but it gives you a very distinctive rhythmic pop, and it is really the essence of that chicken pick sound is the alternation with that popping middle ring, although that is a much deeper topic to explore, and I don't claim to be an expert on it. We take a look at these things together and we all learn, right? Check this out. You can find the tab in the description below, and I'm going to play this in slow motion. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So focus in for a moment on this thumb index pattern. accenting that offbeat, and if we take that a little faster, ba, that's going against a sliding third. I'm using middle and ring up here on frets 9 and 10, plucking that with my right hand, middle and ring fingers, sliding in, and my thumb strikes 6 on the downbeat, index, together, together. So we have this rhythm on the high part, 1 and 2, and a 1 and 2, a 1 and 2, a 1 and 2, E and So it's just sliding middle and ring, 10 and 11, sliding, 9 and 10, sliding to 10 and 11, and then here it is together. So you can see that consistent right hand, thumb, finger, thumb, and just watch when they're together. This time, and, 1 finger, 5th, 6th, and then I would grab this octave right here on the 7th fret, a little faster, and 2, and. Now here's where I depart from Jerry Reed's original, because he's actually playing a boogie bass line with his thumb. And while he's doing that, he's holding a D7. These two notes, except that this isn't very practical for almost anyone to reach, so what he did was retune the B string to bring this note here, so that he could hold these two notes, and my theory is that he just wanted that 7th and went, oh, what the heck, let's just change that tuning and I'll deal with the rest of it, which he did. It gets very involved from here, and as I said, I'm meaning this lesson to be an introduction to his style, so I'm just going to play through basically the blues changes and use a rhythm that's derived from the basic rhythm of the song. I'm holding a D7 using just 2 fingers, fret 5 of the G string and fret 7 of the B string. I've got 2 open Ds, lower and higher, and doing this pattern. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Again, my arrangement, my version of it, it works great with the song. And here's our timing. 1 and 2 and thumb, together, I thumb, thumb, fingers, thumb, I 1, together, index, thumb, fingers, thumb, index, together, together, I thumb, MA. So. Now, here would be 4-chord G, because of our drop D tuning, is going to be this. I'm playing a G7, again, my arrangement, but middle ring, string 6, middle, string 6, fret 5, ring, string 4, fret 5, here's an octave. Index gets fret 4 of the G for our major third. Pinky gets fret 6 of the B for our minor 7th. G7. Same pattern. And then back. Like the G7, A7. 7th fret of the 6, 7th fret of the 4, here's the index on the 3, and the pinky on the 2. 7, skip, 7, 6, 8. And we're basically following a blues pattern using these three chords, D7, G7, A7. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and again. So notice, end of that verse, we come back to an abbreviated version of the intro figure. So just pay attention to where everything else is relative to the thumb, because the thumb keeps time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. We go through the same verse again. The second time, instead of doing the G, G sharp, A walk up to turn us around, we just stay on D7. The bridge, G7, D7, G7, down to an E7, same figure. This is frets 2, skip 2, 1, and 3, same figure we've used all along. First through the third frets, E7, and then up here to 6, 7, 8 for A7. And then we come out of that bridge into this distinctive strumming pattern. So we're show 'em, son. Let's talk about that. This is a barred D7 at the 10th fret, 10, 11, 10, 10. I've still got an open D and an open A and another open, an open D and an open A. So I can just slide in from the fret below, back and forth strumming, 1 E and a 2 and a 1 E and 2 and na 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 na. Might be easier for some of you to can it like that. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 1, a 2, a 3, 1, a 2. And then here is a G9 without a root, fret 9 on the D string, and then middle ring pinky getting 10, 10, 10. So back to D7. Now this riff, it's tricky. I've been playing it with my thumb. I'm still learning the song, really, but this seems to work well. O, hammer, 3 to 5, open A, 3rd fret C, open D, and then A, 3rd O. Maybe that's the way to do it, is to switch from thumb. Well, that works too. Still experimenting with it, but that's the idea. So let me do a walkthrough for you one more time. This is not at Jerry Reed's tempo because I'm not worrying about it at this moment, and you shouldn't either. 1 and 2 and. Here's our pattern. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, back to D7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 7, 2, G7, hold it, 1, 2. First time we do that, the second time continuing the same rhythm, G7, 1, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, E7, A7, show 'em, son. I think this is a really fun and solid arrangement that's not terribly difficult to play by Jerry Reed song standards. So I hope you have as much fun with it as I have, and I'll see you next time.